Dear students, today I am with the lesson third level. Third level is the first lesson of stars. Modern world is full of worry, stress, tension. How and why? Innumerable questions are there and its answers are also there. But see what is there in it. The presidents of New York Central. This is New York Central, a railway station of New York. Presidents and other officials will announce that only two levels are there. New Haven and Hartford railroads will swear on a sack of timetables that there are only two, but I say there are three. Neither is Charlie, a boy who works there in railway station. He says there are three levels, but others will say there are only two, and he has his views. He says is because he had been there on the third level. He had gone there. He had observed, he had seen. Yes, I have taken the obvious steps, he says. He talked to his psychiatrist friend of mine. He says, I talked to my psychiatrist friend of mine and others too. When he told about the third level at Grand Central Station, and he said it was a waking dream fulfillment. Who said? The psychiatrist friend, his name is Sam. He explained that it is a waking dream wish fulfillment. It means in a day, during day, when you are in worry, when you are in stress, your mind makes a journey, makes a wish. That wish is fulfilled, and your mind make a journey of the third level. That is the third level. And further, the psychiatrist explains, the modern world is full of insecurity, fear, war, worry, and all the rest of it. Anxiety, stress, whatever you may say. And that I just want to escape. Charlie, the narrator of the story, wanted to escape. It is being explained by psychiatrist. But they don't wonder. He has to say, the narrator says, this happens for all. This stress, this insecurity is there for all. But all persons don't go to the third level. Everybody I know want to escape, but they don't wander down into any third level at Grand Central Station. Why did he? He wanted to know its answer. In this paragraph, we have come to know now that the narrator explains that he had gone to the third level of New York Grand Central Railway Station, whereas the station master, the president of the station, and other persons declared that there are only two levels there in that station, Grand Central Station of New York. But the narrator explains that he had given his obvious step on third level. He had seen it, he had gone there. See what is there in the second paragraph. But that is the reason, he said, and my friend all agreed. Everything points to it. They claimed my stamp collecting, for example, that is the temporary refuge from reality. He has to say, the psychiatrist same has to say, Naidoo's stamp collecting is also a sort of refuge. Refuge means ashray, shelter, means escape from stress. Everything points to it. They claimed. His stamp collecting, for example, is also a temporary refuge, not permanent refuge. Well, maybe, but he says his grandfather didn't need any refuge from reality, but he did so. He also collected stamp. Things were pretty nice and peaceful in his days, in his grandfather's day. From all I hear, and he started his collection. He heard about grandfather that he collected, and he also started. It's a nice collection too. Blocks of 4 of practically every US issue. US issue means and first day cover. You have to understand what is first day cover. US issue means stamps that is being released in United States. That is US issue. And first day cover. It is being explained when some of the stamp is being released. For the first day, the viewers use the stamp, purchase it, and pasting it on some of the blank envelope, send to his own address, and it is not being opened because inside it is quite empty, and it is being collected. That is known as first day cover. Even President Roosevelt collected stamps too. It is sort of hobby in his views, but same has to say this is a refuge from going the stress, anxiety. A temporary refuge is there. Anyway, here is what happened at Grand Central. It is to be seen. What happened? What proof does he give? How he made his step on Grand Central on the third level? One night, last summer, he worked late at office. He was in a hurry to get uptown to his apartment, so he decided to take the subway from Grand Central because it's faster than the bus. You have to understand, 2 ways are there. One is by bus and another is by railway. And railway, that is a subway. If you have some of the idea of Kashmiri Gate of Delhi nowadays, you can understand this condition. If somebody goes by metro rail, it is faster than the bus and other ways. So he was in a hurry. He wanted to take the subway to go faster. Now, he didn't know why this should have happened to him especially. He was just an ordinary boy named Charlie, 31 years old, and he was wearing a tan garbage suit. Tan is a color, sort of color, dark tan, you may understand, a tan color, garbage suit, a sort of suit, and a straw hat with a fancy band in the hat. He passed a dozen men who looked just like him while going under subway, in the subway. And he was not trying to escape from anything. He just wanted to get home to Loiza, his wife. He wanted to meet his wife, and so he wanted to take subway. He turned into the Grand Central from Vanderbilt Avenue, a sort of place, and went down the steps to the first level. He got first level, where somebody can take trains like 20th century, as trains are there. Then he walked down another flight to the second level. He went to the second level, where the suburban trains leave from, ducked into an arched doorway heading for the subway. He got arced, a sort of covered subway to go under, and he was lost. That's easy to do, he says. He had been in and out of Grand Central hundreds of times, but he was always bumping into new doorways. Always he would see new doorways, new stairs and corridors here and there. Once he got into a tunnel about a mile long. It was a mile long tunnel. Tunnel, you understand? Gufa, as a railway tunnel is there in Jamalpur, a tunnel. And came out in a lobby of Roosevelt Hotel. Another time what happens? He came up in an office building of Fort Square Street. They are blocks away. Sometimes he thought Grand Central is growing like a tree. Such events happen. He could not just assure the same way is there, only one path is there. Different paths should be found on different days. That is why he thought it is growing just like a tree, pushing out new corridors and staircases like roots of banyan, you may understand. There is probably a long tunnel that nobody knows about. Nobody knows about that tunnel. Feeling its way under the city right now, on its way to Times Square. It took the way to Times Square, another place, and maybe another to Central Park. Different days, different places. And maybe because for so many people through the years, Grand Central has been an exit. For so many people, it had been an exit, means a way to come out, a way to escape. Maybe that's how the tunnel I got into. Everybody wanted to escape from there, and he also got. But he never told his psychiatrist friend about that idea. The corridor he was in began angling left, just come to the back point when he was going to the second level, from where suburban trains leave with arched head, and he found another corridor. It was angling left, turning, curving towards left and slanting downward, and he thought that it was wrong. But he kept on walking. He continued to walk. All he could hear was empty sound of his own footsteps only. And he didn't pass the soul. It means nobody was seen. Then he heard that sort of hollow roar ahead. Gradually he began to listen something, a roaring sound. That means open space and people talking. The tunnel turned sharp left and he went down a short flight of stairs. Stairs were there. He went down and came out on the third level of Grand Central Station. He saw it was third level. For just a moment, he thought he was back on the second level, but he saw the room was smaller. Just these are to be observed. What did he see? He saw room was smaller. It means places were very shorter one. There were few ticket windows and train gates and information booth, means where notice board information is being given in railway, it is also shorter. In the center was wood and old looking, and these things are made of wood and just like very old. And the man in the booth wore a green eyeshade and long black sleeve protector, a short up sleeve, a cloth, long black cloth, as used to wear people wore in olden time. The lights were dim, flickering light, a short of flickering. Then he saw why they were open flame gas light. He also observed open flame gas light. So these things are being observed. He also observed the world, a newspaper. And what did he observe? What more are there? We are to see in another video. Thank you very much. In this lesson, we are to see it is possible to have third level. The writer goes to the third level. He saw so many things of old looking, but he sees old time also. How can one go in past? It is to be understood. What is this? The person not only goes in different places that is not known to any other. He also goes to past time, 100 years back. How it happens? Okay, thank you.